Hello, folks. Good afternoon. This is the June meeting of our Chamber of Commerce. And I heard somebody say Jim from Squim over there. Must be Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. So welcome, everyone. My name is Jim Stauffer. I am the past president of the Squim Dungeness Valley Chamber of Commerce. Our president, Charla, is away with family, and she sends her hellos, and she'll be back here for our next meeting. And it is my honor to welcome you all today for our luncheon. Many thanks to all who are here and joining us in person. And for those who are with us online or watching in our archived version of this meeting, thank you for tuning in. Now, part of our little hiccups is trying to get everybody in a picture because we don't have all the technology. So I want to do a shout out to Tom Sutton, who's always asking to see everybody. So could everybody take just a minute to stand up and wave, and we're going to take a picture of everybody, and then we'll send this to Tom.
I'm going to photobomb this.
Yes. Okay, come on, picture, come on. All right, and wave, say hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Okay. He'll give me a lot of grief tomorrow, but that's okay.
He would have done it anyway.
Yes. So from there, before we get started, I would like to begin with acknowledging that as we gather today, we are on the ancestral homelands of the Squamish people who have lived on these lands from time immemorial. Please join me in expressing our deepest respect and gratitude for our indigenous neighbors, the Squamish, and the other Salish people for their enduring stewardship and protection of our shared lands and waterways. We are grateful for your hospitality and support of the business community. From here, I'm going to turn it over to our chamber staff, and I think Tristan, our membership coordinator, is up next. Where are you at? There you are. So thank you, and please grab some food.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we would like to thank the following members who have joined or renewed their membership since our last luncheon. New members include Ideal Protein Health, Weight Loss, and Wellness Clinic, Vanderspec Studios, Wave Broadband, Sun Taxi and Delivery, and Tasha Therapeutic Equestrian Center. So thank you to all of our new members. For our renewing members under the silver category, we have the Dungeness Valley Creamery, Econo Lodge, North Olympic Library System. For our bronze tier, we have the Captain Joseph House Foundation, Domestic Goddess Housekeeping and Commercial Cleaning, Eden by the Sea, Lost Mountain Lodge, Nourish Squim, Professional Real Estate, Rainbow's End RV Park, Ross Hamilton Photography, Salish Sea Serenity, Saudi Thai Cuisine, Sea Siren Skincare, Squim Auto Clinic, Squim Community Orchestra, Squim CPA, Squim Elks Lodge 2642, Sundowner Motel, the Longhouse Market and Deli, and Wind Rose Cellars. A huge thank you for all of our renewing members. We can support, inform, and advocate for our business community because of your investment and participation in the Chamber of Commerce. Let's give all of our members a big round of applause. Next, for our announcements and introductions, our executive director is going to take the stage. Come on up here, Angie.
All right, thanks, Tristan. So we're going to do our announcements and introductions here, but I'm going to start with my own announcement and introduction. We are going to be unveiling a new program this week that is intended to help bolster our local businesses and get us to that elusive herd immunity. So starting this week, you can make an appointment with me. I will verify your employee's vaccination status. And if you reach the threshold of 70%, you're going to get this fabulous poster to put on your front door, behind your bar, in your office, anywhere that shows to all of the public that you are part of the 70% club. Also, you will be listed on our website, and there's going to be some fabulous prizes that will be announced throughout the summer. So really excited. This was a brainchild of several people in our community that we have taken on, and we're looking forward to doing that. I think we're probably beyond 70% immunity in this room here today. So thank you all for all of your hard work to get our economy back on track and to make the visitors to our community feel safe and secure. And let's give one last round of applause, not the last, one more round of applause to the tribe for helping us get so well vaccinated in our community. Thank you guys. All right, so introductions. Is there anybody that's here today for the first time that would like to get introduced? I think I know someone. Okay, well, go ahead and come on up behind here, behind the bar. And we'll just do one by one. You can come up to the mic and introduce yourself to the folks online and the people that are here in this room. So, oh gosh. Here.
All right, my name is Rachel Anderson. I'll be your MC this afternoon. Hi, everyone. My name is Rachel Anderson. I was appointed to Sequim City Council in February, and it's wonderful to be here today. And I'll see you guys around. Thank you.
I always feel a little bit guilty because I have to have the mic stand up high. And then other people are like, what's all this?
I appreciate the hype, so thank you. Hi, I'm Maren Packer. I'm our new Equity and Family Engagement Coordinator with the Sequim School District. I'm over our McKinney, Vento, Entrant, and foster youth, as well as bringing diversity and inclusion and family engagement to our communities. So if you're looking for volunteer/sponsorship opportunities, I've got plenty of them, so come see me. Thanks.
I am Rachel Tax. I'm kind of here in a twofold. I'm trying to think of the word, twofold occupation thingy. I'm running for the school board, and I am also the treasurer for Tasha Equine Assistant or Tasha Therapeutic Equestrian Center.
I'm so excited.
Yes, we're very excited about this new opportunity with the Equestrian Center. It's to help disabled veterans and mentally handicapped and all sorts of people with therapy through horses, and it's a really fun opportunity. So thank you.
Touch the mic. Hello, I'm Anna Richmond. I'm the Rear Commodore for the Sequim Bay Yacht Club. And we're looking forward to getting back to our normal activities starting July 1st. So if any of you are either interested in joining as a social member or as a boater, please feel free to come and see me. I also am founder and CEO of Vanderspec Studios, which is a real estate photography business. So if you have any needs in that area, please see me. Thank you.
Needs no introduction.
Hi, I'm Emily. Howdy, I have lots of things to say today. First of all, starting tomorrow, this weekend, if you haven't seen Google or go on to Facebook for Crystal Stout, she and I have a cute little video on there. I'll set these up on the table up here. We're having a community cleanup down at Windsor Park Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 3. It's probably going to be hot, so I'm going to start earlier. I'll be there about 8. We can use all the bodies we can get there to get that park cleaned up and looking good right in the middle of downtown. Other one is thank you if you paid for your sponsorship for a flower basket. If you haven't sponsored a flower basket, and I see several of you out there who haven't, and I will find you. The high school students make the flower baskets. I give them $7,000 a year out of the money that I collect to make them. They're a little weak right now because it's pretty early in the season. Hopefully with the sunshine, it's been pretty cold. So hopefully with the sunshine, lots of water and nutrition, they'll start perking up and growing to be a little bit bigger. So if you haven't sponsored a flower basket, be sure to. If you have, thank you, and I will be getting out cards so you'll know where I put a little tag so you'll know where your flower basket is. And the third one is we are going to have an airfare this year. I will put the cards up here. The front tells you the date. It's only one day. It's Saturday, August 8th, 28. On the back, it tells you who's going to be there. We have a lot of things going this year. We will have live music with Jonathan. The radio control remote planes will be there. They're great. Everybody loves them. We will have a helicopter that you can pay for helicopter rides. The wing walker will be there. Hopefully we'll have a tethered balloon there, a car show, and hopefully the antique cars will come this year too. It's a screaming deal, $10 a carload. So get a lot of people in your car. Okay, there should be food there too. So come on out. I'll put these over on the table, and please come and help us weed, and please excuse my attire. I was just weeding. I've been working on those rocks down at where the new bar hop's gonna go. I better not go in and take all of those rocks out after I've weeded through them. So, okay, so come on down to all these things and join us.
Hello, I am Pat Johnston, and I am also running for school board for a different position than Rachel is. And I'm very much looking forward to getting to meet you and talk to you about issues that are of interest to you relating to the schools and anything else that you would like to bring to my attention. So thank you very much.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much. I just want to remind you, I might sound a bit like a broken record, but that's because it's really important. Don't forget, you can post announcements on our website at any time. 2 o'clock in the morning when you're having ice cream and planning your week. Log on, put your announcement on the website. You can also put jobs. There is a section for Swim Marketplace where you can put special deals and sales and fun things that are commerce related there. It's kind of like Squim's version of Craigslist. And everything that is posted on our website automatically will be uploaded onto our social media platforms as well. So you get amplified by everybody who follows us at the Chamber. That's the whole network of informing that happens. And I can't say this enough, put your events on the calendar. Thousands of people look at that webpage every month. So really, really important to get those up there. Is there anybody online today that wants to make an announcement? If so, just raise your hand or you can put it in the chat. I'll just check real quick. Go ahead, Sarah.
Hey everybody, this is Sarah Nichols from the Squim Free Clinic, and I just wanted to give a shout out. And to let you know, we have a brand new website that is just absolutely beautiful. It's swimfreeclinic.org, and I want to throw a shout out to Kitsap Networking and Squim IT for building that website for us, and I highly recommend them to anybody that is in need of a new website. Thanks.
Awesome. Come on up for the rest of these announcements.
Hi, everybody. I'm Barb Hanna, the Communications and Marketing Director for the City of Squim. And I think a lot of you know Patsine DeShiel for the many years that she worked for the Squim School District. But I had the great opportunity to hire Patsine to work with me on marketing initiatives. So she is helping with tourism marketing on a part-time basis, and I'm thrilled to have her. And she has a program that she wants to talk to you all about.
Hello, it's so good to be seeing your faces and be here. And anyway, I want to tell you about this social media campaign that we're running. It's called People of Sequim. So I'm just going to read this quickly. Sunny Sequim is surrounded by natural beauty. The people of Sequim and how they make their living embody the distinctive culture of the area. The city of Sequim is seeking participants connected to businesses that support the local tourist industry for a People of Sequim project. These profiles are intended to showcase some of the unique experiences Sequim has to offer. We seek to include a variety of experiences within the program. The project is planned to run June through September 2021, but we may decide to extend it. Regrettably, we will not be able to use everyone's profile, but participants must be willing to submit to a short interview, have their photos taken and sign a release form, and photos may be used in the City of Sequim's electronic publications and on social media channels. So if you are interested, I have forms here today, and I would love to talk with you more about the People of Sequim project. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jim Stoffer. I'm back with two other announcements. One, tomorrow is the last day that the food bank is doing what was called the CARES food box distributions. And this is a project that started back in May of last year. I don't have all the tallies, but we averaged about 600 families each time we did that. And so tomorrow's the last day for that. And then the food bank is, they're continuing with distribution, but it will be near the actual food bank. And then the Boys and Girls Club, every year since about 2011, they've been doing the summer food program, summer lunches for kiddos 18 and under in our community. And they started that again this week as school was out. And I think they're still looking for volunteers. And you can contact Tessa Jackson at the Boys and Girls Club if you want to volunteer for one of those team members. But thank you.
All right, thank you. I'm doing double duty, running a Zoom meeting and an in-person meeting at the same time. Who would ever think of doing that?
No, that talent.
All right, thank you guys all for your announcements. Again, reminder, you can put them on our website. And if you have any questions about that, Tristan's your dude. Okay, so it is my great honor today to welcome our sponsor, who is a dear, dear friend of mine. You might have a little bit of deja vu as Ginny is alumni of sorts from the chamber, but today she's here to talk to us about what's happening at OTA. So Ginny, come on up. Yay, Ginny.
Thank you, Angie. Hi, everyone. My name is Ginny Holliday. I am the Interim Executive Director over at Olympic Theater Arts, or OTA. Has anyone here ever been to a show or a program at OTA? Yes. OTA has been around for over 40 years, so hopefully you have been there or heard of us and know what we're up to. But I'm here to tell you a little bit about what we've been up to and what we're going to get up to in the coming season, which I should pull my notes out to do that because I don't trust my brain since I had a baby. All right. So for anyone who's not familiar with Olympic Theater Arts, our mission is pretty straightforward. We are here to entertain, educate, and inspire community involvement through experiences in theatrical arts. And those three categories are our touchstones for our programming and how we get involved with our community and with our volunteers and everyone who walks through our doors, from patrons to volunteers to random strangers who want to know why we're in a church building. That's a bigger, longer story. One of the biggest ways that we achieve our mission is through the ancient theatrical art of collaboration. And that's been a big art form that everyone has taken on in the last 1.5 to 2 years. If you weren't already passionate about it, we've all really found ways to band together across distances and more recently back in person. And theater's been doing that for thousands of years. And so we proudly take that tradition forward in modern ways, including sponsorships and partnerships and community programs. And really, again, every person who walks through our door, we consider them a scene partner for us in whatever we're doing. So I want to tell you a little bit about what we've been up to. My amazing staff came up with a beautiful solution to the problem when we realized we couldn't have people in our venue, which meant we were going to have a major revenue problem like a lot of businesses. And what came to be was something called the Old Time Radio Video Season. So we took the beautiful, really fun, nostalgic art form of live radio theater, and we videotaped it with local videographers and editors, and came up with some beautiful material which we offered for free on our website all season long. We decided that the most important thing was to have some content to share and to give some people something to look at and to know that we were still getting involved as best we could. Those are all still up on our website, olympictheaterarts.org, so feel free to go check those out at any time. A lot of wonderful work was put in, and I believe somewhere around 9 episodes were produced over the last year. Now we are finishing up our season in the next couple of months this summer, and then our next season starts in September, but we have 2 really amazing pieces of programming to finish out our season. The first is our grand debut back into live theater with human beings in seats, and that is our New Works Showcase. This is our very first debut of this program. You'll notice that in front of you, you should have this little 3 up here, and you'll notice it's double-sided. So if you turn to the side with New Work Showcase, you'll get all the information about that. It's happening next month, 1 weekend only. And what it is it's 6 10-minute plays, brand new, original, never before been produced by all local playwrights, from amateur to experienced. And I got to tell you, they're amazing. It's a broad range of genre in those 6 plays. We've got humor, we've got tears, we've got sci-fi, we've got music and dancing in those 6 plays. So do please come check these out. You can get tickets to these right now on our website, right on the homepage, so check that out. Secondly, I want to tell you, and I wanted to tell you about that our theme for our New Work Showcase this year to our playwrights was resilience. One word, a word we're all very familiar with. And our playwrights really came out with that theme. It's some really beautiful work, and I hope you all will all come check it out. And finally, I want to let you know that this year's showcase is dedicated to the late Jim Guthrie, a major part of our community, and in particular, a huge friend and mentor to our theater community. So we'll be honoring him and producing one of the last plays that he wrote at this showcase. The last bit of our season, we're going to go out with a huge celebration, which is with our annual Shakespeare Renaissance Fair. This year's theme is Kings, Queens, and Royal Themes. Now, normally we do this inside our gathering hall space, but this year, to make sure things were open and safe and as inclusive as possible, we're having it in our parking lot, which means it's bigger than ever, it's better than ever. This is a fundraiser, so we've got all sorts of fun ways for you to participate, whether you just want to walk in and enjoy it, or if you want to do our Raise the Paddle and help us raise some money for some capital projects. And everything in between. We're going to have games, costumes, anything you can imagine for Renaissance Fair and Shakespeare, as well as a full production of scenes that will play throughout the event. I will, in fact, be doing a monologue as I was going to use a bad word, a queen with a questionable attitude, put it that way. So you should come check that out. Keep an eye on our emails or our website for when tickets for that will go live. We'll let everybody know when that happens. And then finally, I want to tell you what I'm really excited about, which is our next season. I'm not going to give you all the details about it, but I just want to let you know that we've been working so hard to put together a season that really showcases our mission of entertaining, educating, and inspiring community involvement, which means we've got shows. We've got amazing shows that people can come and act in, can work backstage in, or can just come and enjoy and sit and watch. We'll have season tickets available starting next month. We're going to have memberships available. If you're the person who wants to know what's going on behind the curtain, you should sign up for a membership. You can get couples or individuals. And if you're the person who wants to come and have an amazing night on the town, you should sign up for our season tickets. We got 3 different packages you can get so that you can get all your tickets at once. You'll get a free drink ticket in the mix, and you'll just be able to come and enjoy the show as if it's maybe your second home. And then finally, we've got workshops that we're lining up right now. We're going to have 5 to 6 workshops spread throughout the season. These workshops are going to be by local expert instructors in the arts, and specifically the theater arts. And if anyone here has never been involved in theater, I got to tell you, it's a magical, beautiful art form. It touches every aspect of life. So I can honestly tell you that there's something there for you, no matter your personality, no matter your background, no matter your experience. And it's all about finding the people you want to do it with. So I hope you'll stay tuned for those workshops as well. And then finally, I'm getting really excited about a couple of community programs, which will be free entry, no charge, maybe a little bit of signing up and making sure you're right for the program. But both of these will be monthly programs, one of which is going to be a playwrights club. So if you're interested in playwriting or you've been writing plays for a while, you'll be able to stop by once a month, grab a cup of coffee, sit around and read your plays out loud with a bunch of people. It's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe there'll be some book club type readings as well. And then secondly, I'm hoping very much to start a program, and I would love to hear from anyone who would like to reach out about this. I'm from a wonderful volunteer stepped up and mentioned the need for something called Theater of Recovery. And Theater of Recovery, while it might take many forms, in our case would be a monthly, again, sort of club where people who are in recovery, whether from mental illness or addiction or trauma, and if they're at a certain level that we can actually accommodate, which would be further along in that journey, we're going to welcome them in, and they can come and they will be playing theater games and learning elements of listening and speaking and some drama therapy, some really powerful tools to help people feel like they belong and that they are safe and that there is a place for them to be and to keep going and people to meet. This is something that is just at the beginning stages. So if this is something that you are interested in and would like to hear more about, please let me know here or email me. This is something that's close to my heart, and I can't wait to see how our theater community can be uplifting people in that way. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. The last thing I just want to let you know is that we're always looking for people in different roles. We are looking for sponsors for our upcoming fundraiser. We're looking for people who want to sponsor a show. If you want to have your name all over one of our season shows, we will do that for you. We want to partner with you on that. If you want to come act, if you want to come make a prop, whatever it might be, or if you just want to come hang out with us, most of us are really cool. We welcome you with whatever you're looking for, and we're getting ready to have all of that available again in person. So a huge thank you to Angie and the Chamber for letting us sponsor this luncheon. I hope to meet anyone here who I've not already met, and have a wonderful day today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I can attest, I've seen her act. It's pretty amazing. So if you ever saw Silent Sky, that was real good. All right, thank you guys so much. Our sponsorship is available for all of our luncheons. So if you are interested in filling the role that Ginny just did there, you can go onto our events page and register as the sponsor. Today, we have a wonderful, wonderful bridging community member here to speak to us. We've got Terry Ward from Sound Publishing to talk about local media. And we're so grateful for all the support that you bring, Terry, with both the Peninsula Daily News and the Sequim Gazette. I think this year more than ever, we know the importance of local journalism. So come on up here. You can grab this microphone and walk around. It's no problem. Although, oh, actually, you know what? No, you got to stay close to that. So you can do like a 2-foot perimeter.
I'll stay close.
There you go. Here's Terry.
Hi, everybody. I think I will take the microphone off of this, though. So I heard the word resilience a minute ago, right? I think that's really the word for everybody. It's the word for local media, that's for sure, right? COVID hit, and we just thought the bottom fell out from under our business. You can relate, right? Your business struggled, my business struggled, everybody struggled. And what we saw at Sound Publishing and the Sequim Gazette and the Peninsula Daily News, we had to rapidly make some decisions last year. Decisions of whether or not we were going to continue to publish every day, 6 days a week for the PDN, or if we were going to have a weekly newspaper in Sequim during it. Or as we did in Forks with the Forks Forum, we suspended that newspaper for a period of time. We'd been struggling with that newspaper for a while, and we had to make some quick decisions. We were quickly having to reduce hours on our staff. We quickly had to make some decisions of furloughing some people, because really local media, especially our business in the newspaper business, we're a reflection of the communities that we serve. So when your business struggled, naturally our business struggled. When advertising began to dry up overnight because of the shutdowns throughout the state of Washington and across the United States, we started to see that our payroll was in jeopardy. The two most expensive things we spend money on every year, every week, every day is payroll and newsprint, right? And so we had to make some decisions of reducing our newsprint footprint, reducing some of the sections that we were doing in the newspaper, and trying to survive. Resilience. We had to be resilient through the process. But the good news is, we didn't stop publishing the PDN. We didn't stop publishing the Sequim Gazette, because we knew we needed, as an organization, to make that investment in these communities. Not that Forks wasn't important, but Forks was a different dynamic. It was a free publication versus a paid circulation publication like what you read every week and every day. And we did it because we knew that when a local newspaper dries up and stops publishing in a community, the cost is high on everybody. NPR did a podcast about 1.5 years, 2 years ago called The Hidden Brain. Have you ever heard of the Hidden Brain podcast? Yes? And they kind of did some research and investigated the cost of a community when it doesn't have a local media outlet. And what they discovered was the cost of your local taxes go up, the cost of your fire districts, all of these things begin to get more expensive for the average consumer and for the average taxpayer. And during that process, they made a determination that the cost of paying a subscription is much less than the overall cost of the community, cost to the community. Why is that? Because what we do, what my wonderful journalism staff does, what Michael DeShill and Matthew Nash and Paul Gottlieb and all the folks on my, Rob and the people who are out there reporting each and every day and each and every week, they hold our local government accountable. They ask the questions. Oftentimes now in the world of Zoom meetings and these wonderful meetings we're sitting here today online, you have the ability to attend meetings that maybe you didn't attend before. But in person at many city council meetings, and we know in Sequim, city council meetings are a hot commodity right now. Everybody's wanting to attend the city council meetings because of some of the decisions being made, some of the things that are going on, some of the controversy that's out there. But before, nobody attended a lot of these meetings, or very few people did. But we would have a reporter at these meetings each and every week to report back to you what your elected officials are doing. It's up to you to read about it from there. So by doing that, it allows our local journalists to hold folks accountable, to shed light on what's happening in the local communities. Everybody's reporting on what the Biden administration is doing. You can find that anywhere you want online. Not a lot of places you can find what's going on at your local school board meeting, besides local media. So I share that with you because when we had to make a decision as we were trying to be resilient through COVID, how do we continue to do this? So we had to be kind of resourceful in our process, and we had to make some changes. Again, it's not all doom and gloom. The business is rebounding. We're doing better this year than we did last year. In fact, the newspapers we have on the Olympic Peninsula outperformed our peers throughout the industry. The community stepped up, and we had many businesses that decided, hey, I want to continue to support you through this. We had people sending in donations beyond their subscriptions to make sure that we continued to publish on a regular basis. Because the Olympic Peninsula believes in local journalism. They believe in the mission that we have, and it's something that we don't take lightly. So as we began through this process and we went through COVID, and we went through all of this, we also made a commitment to continue to support the local nonprofits that we've supported in the past. Part of that process was stepping up our ability to help folks through the crisis that we all found ourselves in. Last August, we launched a small business grant where we matched advertising dollars for small businesses so they can continue. That was when we first thought things were going to reopen back in August, when it started looking that way. So we came out with this grant program, and we did it again in January. About $375,000 worth of advertising we donated across the region. Beyond that, we knew, I got a phone call right after COVID hit, and somebody made a suggestion to me. Can the Peninsula Home Fund help people who have lost their jobs? So we relaunched the Peninsula Home Fund last April, a little over a year ago. And we raised about $350,000 to help people with their utilities, their bills, for their rent, because a lot of people couldn't pay rent through the crisis, so they lost their jobs. And that's in conjunction with our partnership with OLICAT. If you're not familiar with the Peninsula Home Fund, we launch that every November, and we do it as an annual campaign. We've done it since the 1980s. And typically we raise about $330,000 a year. But through COVID, we raised $350,000. And then we launched the regular home fund campaign back in November of this last year. And so if you combine the two totals, we raised to help people over $700,000 last year. And that round of applause is for you, because I know there are donors in here. That round of applause is for the Olympic Peninsula as a whole, because this is one of the most giving communities I've ever seen. Whether it's trying to make sure we can stay in business or trying to make sure that local small businesses survive COVID, or people could get their basic needs met through the Peninsula Home Fund. And we know there were a lot of other charities doing a lot of other things during that time period as well. And we tried to throw our support at them. Many of our food banks were having to kind of pivot and make some changes to make sure people's needs were met as well. We couldn't help everybody, but we did have an empty warehouse sitting in Port Angeles, and we allowed the Port Angeles Food Bank to use that space to store the food as they had trucks coming in as the need was greater. And they did that from about April of last year through October until they were able to move into a little bit of a bigger building for themselves. The Olympic Peninsula YMCA, we continue to step up. We increased our donation to them this year. I share all this with you because all of that is what you support when you support local journalism. You support helping the other businesses and helping the community as a whole. You support helping us help you be a watchdog for the community. So let me tell you some good things we did this year beyond that, just about our business in general. Have you downloaded the PDN's app yet? Did you know we have an app?
Yes.
If you haven't downloaded it, go to your Apple Store or your Google Play Store, and you can download our mobile app. We're a little late to the party, but we did it, and we launched that in the midst of COVID. Throughout COVID, we've kept the community updated on all of the COVID-related news. The Peninsula Day News website receives over about 1 million page views a month. Largest website by far on the Olympic Peninsula. 56,000 unique visitors a month to the PDN's website. We have a paywall up. We charge people to read our news unless you wanted to read COVID stories, and we kept all of that out of the paywall this last year. And we're going to continue to do that right up until the 30th of June when everything is supposed to reopen. We're continuing to invest in that to keep the community apprised of all the happenings because we think that's an important part of our mission to let people know what's going on. So we launched our app, download it. It's pretty slick, pretty neat. You're kind of late to the party for the last 2 months that we've had it up and going, or 3 months. We've kept it free. You didn't have to have a subscription to read the news on the app. That's changing really soon. We're going to put the paywall back up on it, and you're going to have a subscription. And if you have a subscription to the PDN and you've never gone online to read our news, contact our circulation department. They'll walk you through it. It's bundled as part of your print subscription. You can access all of our digital content. A couple of years ago, we launched a robust digital advertising effort or agency. A lot of what, if you look back in the corner, you know Erin Kennedy. Wave, Erin. She's our advertising director. Laura, you know Laura. A lot of you have met Laura. Everybody knows Harmony. I don't think in Sequim I run into anybody that doesn't know Harmony. She's been here forever, right? Working the Sequim Gazette. Harmony is now our sales manager for our Kitsap newspapers. So that happened through COVID as well. But that group, along with our other marketing consultants with the company, a couple of years ago started really investing in how can we help local, small, and medium-sized businesses market in the digital age. A lot of the digital advertising that they sell and they work with people on have nothing to do with our newspapers and the content that we produce. If you want to sit at home like many of us did, and I did put pants on today because I knew I was going to be in person. But if you're at home in your pajamas, some of you who are sitting there right now, maybe at home, maybe in your office, but you're looking at this this chamber luncheon today, but you might also be looking at other websites. And you have these ads that follow you around, they retarget you. Maybe you looked at those shoes on Amazon, or you looked at that car at Wilder, and then you get followed with an ad. That's what they do. They help people market their business in the digital age through retargeting ads, geo-targeted ads, geo-fencing. If you have a small business and you want to dive a little deeper into that, talk to them because they can help you with that. So we started that process through COVID, but it really helped people immensely when COVID hit. A lot of businesses started trying to figure out, how am I going to pivot my business to be more online versus brick and mortar in person? I know some of you have done that. Raise your hand if you had to make those decisions, right? You had to make those decisions. And a lot of our team started working with restaurants and started working with small retailers and different agencies and service industries to try and help them maneuver through this, because it was a challenge for everybody. And we found the people who could pivot quickly are the ones that fared better. We all know of businesses in the last year that have closed and aren't reopening. They couldn't pivot fast enough. They couldn't make those changes. So we set up our arm of our advertising department to try and help people do that. And we know it's not going to be over as COVID changes. I mean, I look around the room and some of you still have masks on, and many of us have them in our pockets still, right? Because we know we still might need these type of things. And so I share all this with you because it's resilience. It's how have we changed? How have we moved differently through this? And we've done some things differently. Journalism in America is at risk. Newspapers have closed. There are news deserts in many counties throughout the United States. Clallam County is special. You have 3 local newspapers in Clallam County. We have the Forks Forum, we have the Peninsula Daily News, which covers the entire peninsula region, and we have the Sequim Gazette. Not every county in America has that. And it's something we shouldn't take for granted. During the last recession, thousands of journalists lost their jobs because the impact that the recession had in 2008 and 2009. Through COVID, many more journalists in America have lost their jobs, making the mission that we all have a little more complicated and a little more difficult to do. So I said, support local journalism, Whether it's us or other forms of local journalists in the region, support them. Because it's more important now than ever, because it is a dying situation, or a dire situation, I mean to say. Maybe dying too. Newspapers aren't dying, we're being resilient and evolving. Newspapers in print are struggling. But let me tell you some good news about what we did. In the last year, we saw our print subscriptions stabilize. Then we turned around and we saw our digital subscriptions grow by 68% through COVID. People knew they needed to invest in local journalism, take care of that. I want to end with something, and I always share this at the end of every conversation that I have like this. How I got into business. I got into business because I had a mentor. I had somebody when I was in high school that offered me a job at my local newspaper as a part-time reporter. I grew up as a homeless child. My father had died when my mother was pregnant with me. I was born 6 months to the day after my dad died in a car accident. And there are two things that happened in my life that stick with me today. One is I was 4 years old. It was Christmas time, and we were living in a tent in a state park in California. And I'm sitting there, I'm 4 years old, and I crawl out outside the tent on Christmas morning after knowing when we went to bed that we were not going to have a normal Christmas because our family couldn't afford it. And I crawl out the tent like any 4-year-old does, because they're always the first ones to wake up, or my kids are anyway. And I crawled outside the tent, and there were presents wrapped up for my family and I. The park rangers got together that Christmas at that park in California and made sure my family and I were going to have a Christmas. Fast forward a few years, we're back in Oklahoma, where I'm originally from, and I'm a high school student. My brother's working at the local newspaper selling advertising. He's about 8 years older than me. And the local publisher calls me up and offers me a job out of the blue. I knew nothing about journalism, didn't even know what I wanted to do with a living, for a living. Wasn't sure I could do much. I went to 36 different schools from kindergarten through 12th grade. Moving constantly. So Charlie Drew, the gentleman who offered me the job, started mentoring me, took me under his wing, helped me go to school, trained me, sent me to a lot of courses, launched my career in the newspaper business, and I've been doing it ever since. I share these two stories because, for primary reason, I talked about how much of a giving community the North Olympic Peninsula is, and why we do so much to try to help organizations. A lot of why I do it is because people have helped me along the way. And I leave you with this, much like I had when I was a high school student, I believe everybody in this room and online should find a mentor and be a mentor. Find somebody's life to invest back into. It's not a big ask of you. You may feel like you have nothing to give, but it's the things that you impart in other people that will stick with them their entire life. And the giving that you give that help other people will stick with them their entire life. Those park rangers that helped my family that Christmas probably don't even remember it. And if they do, it's probably one of those things, oh yeah, I remember back when we helped that family, and not a big deal. Right? But for me, it impacted my life to the point that I describe that as my most memorable Christmas my entire life. And the gentleman that mentored me passed away several years ago. But I remember the lessons he taught me and the ability to help launch my career to where I'm doing what I'm doing today. And I've had a good career, many large companies across the US, and in my dream job right now, working with newspapers in Washington, because it's Washington. It's beautiful. But if you take anything, forget about all the journalism and all the things I talked about before, invest in other people. Because what you do makes a difference in their lives, and it matters. Thank you, Angie. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer any questions. If you have any online or in person.
run with the mic. Go on.
If nobody has a question, this will be the first group I've ever spoke to that doesn't grill me about the newspaper and something we published.
I thought he had a question.
Excellent. No questions. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Gonna check online real quick. Okay, okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Cherry. Let's give him another round of applause. That was wonderful. I know that I'm a big softie, but that got me. Thank you guys all for coming today. Thank you for the folks who are online. Our next luncheon is going to be here again on July 27th, where Daryl Wolf from Olympic Medical Center is going to come speak about all things Olympic Medical Center and healthcare related. I do want to let you guys know that tomorrow, chamber staff and hopefully some chamber board are going to be helping out with the Dream Playground build in Port Angeles from 12:30 to 4, and you are all welcome to join us. I will be bringing a tank of sunscreen because that is required for me. And then again, like Emily said, this weekend we have our Whimsy Park cleanup from 9 to 3 Saturday and Sunday. You're welcome to come earlier. We'll also, I'm bringing food, me. The chamber will be providing refreshments. Also, keep your eyes peeled for our July newsletter that has all of our events, information, announcements, other useful information should be in your inbox very quickly. And on July 1st is usually when it comes out. And lastly, let's check in on our networking game. Let's have all the folks that are on Team Lavender stand up in the room. Hopefully you guys all met each other. Woohoo, Team Lavender. Okay, let's have everybody on Team Strawberries stand up. Yeah, that's the June thing. So popular this year that Gray's Marsh is closed because they don't have any more strawberries. They gotta wait for them to ripen. How about Team Elk? Team Elk, go ahead and stand up. Look at those guys. That's a smaller team. That herd had to be diminished a little bit, I see. How about Team Crab like me? Because I'm a crabby lady. Okay. And Team Sunshine. We're all Team Sunshine, but who's Team Sunshine today? Awesome. And last but not least, Team Rain Shadow. Where are you guys at? Awesome. Thank you all. We did that little game because we know that post-COVID, everybody's networking skills are a little rusty. I don't know how to do small talk anymore. I'm going to talk to you about the existential threats of our universe and everything that is important to me, including communism and the economy and everything that I care about. So watch out. If you want to talk to me, no small talk, deep dives. Thank you everybody for coming today. We really appreciate all of your support and we're grateful that things are starting to, dare I say, get back to normal. But a lot of it has to do with each and every one of you working your tails off through this last generational impact. So thanks for coming again and we'll see you all later. And feel free to mingle. Oh, yeah, and then in July, come to us for the baseball game in Port Angeles. That's going to be awesome. You can get tickets on our website for a deal. So that'll be at the next lunch. Oh, actually, we don't have a lunch. It's before the luncheon. Come join us at the Lefties game. Yay, swim night. All right.